75 years later, a nation still mourns. We'll tell you how Muncie is remembering the Pearl Harbor attack.
I didn't think it was going to be a big deal at all because we had been placed on a boil alert before. The whole town of Muncie has.
New information on a boil advisory that happened in Muncie this week. We'll tell you how this spot was to blame.
And I'll let you know how cold it will get here in Muncie. NewsLink Indiana starts now.
Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Brenton Roy.
And I'm Jayla Washington. Thanks for joining us. Today marked the 75th anniversary of the attacks on Pearl Harbor. NewsLink Indiana's Max Lewis has more on how Muncie and the rest of the country is remembering those that were lost that day.
Flags flew at half-staff today to honor those who died at Pearl Harbor on this day 75 years ago. About 4,000 people gathered today at Pearl Harbor to honor the 2,403 people that died that day.
Those who survived Pearl Harbor also left us a warning. Remember Pearl Harbor. Keep America alert. Eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. An imperative to never be caught by strategic surprise again.
Former Ball State student Ronnie Thomas has a strong connection to the Pearl Harbor attacks. Thomas's great-grandfather was best friends with Ronald Kine, who was killed on the USS Arizona during the attacks, and Thomas is named after him.
I'm pretty humbled by it and, pretty honored that I'm named after somebody that, didn't know he was going to be a part of the Second World War, but ended up being the start for the United States. And then just being named after a serviceman, that's awesome.
Thomas says the attacks still mean a lot to him, and he thinks about Kine often.
He's still on the ship. He's basically entombed on the ship.
75 years later, the USS Arizona is still laying on the ocean floor after what then President Franklin Roosevelt called a day that will live in infamy. In Muncie, Max Lewis, NewsLink, Indiana.
Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe will visit the Arizona Memorial later this month with President Obama, becoming the first Japanese official to visit Pearl Harbor.
2 juveniles have been charged in connection with the Southeast Tennessee wildfires. Residents returned to Gatlinburg today to see flames still burning through Southeast Tennessee. The worst drought in nearly a decade has continued to fuel the flames for weeks. The two juveniles arrested are being held in the Sevier County Juvenile Detention Center. The investigation is still ongoing and very little information about the 2 arrested has been released. However, it is possible they could both be tried as adults.
A damaged water main in Muncie forced some Ball State students to have to deal with yet another boil alert. NewsLink Indiana's Emerson Lehman has the story.
Thanks, Jalen Brenton. And it has been just over 3 weeks since the city of Muncie was placed on that infamous boil alert. Earlier this week, some Muncie residents had to deal with those conditions once again. Due to a water main needing repair on the corner of Reserve and West Wayne, residents in the area were placed on a boil alert Monday. Ball State student Daniel Altman was one of those residents affected.
Didn't think much of it. Just kind of went out with my day, and then once it actually happened, it was kind of an inconvenience to me because you need to shower, use the restroom, anything, wash your hands. You couldn't do it, so.
Although inconvenient, Altman said residents in the area were appreciative of the warning they received from American Water.
Giving a warning is a huge thing because now you have time to plan, and if you have something important to do that day that you need to either shower for or get ready for, that you can plan accordingly to that alert.
And guys, the residents couldn't stress enough how grateful they were to receive this warning, which told them when the boil alert would be taking place and also shared tips on how to handle the situation. They said having that warning helped them to plan accordingly, and they hope American Water will continue to offer warnings if situations like this arise in the future. Live in the newsroom, I'm Emerson Lehman, NewsLink, Indiana.
Thank you, Emerson. Winter is quickly approaching and its effects could impact student travel. NewsLink Indiana's Michelle Kaufman has the story.
Students prepare to head home for winter break. Their cars might not be as ready as they are. Mary Eckrich, office manager at Sparks Computerized Car Care in Muncie, said a 22-point inspection will check everything needed to have a car ready for winter.
Check your battery, make sure your battery's good. Tire pressure is always a good idea also, just because Tire pressure does change when the weather changes. Always check the antifreeze, your oil mixture, and then all of your belts and hoses.
Cars do not have a winter inspection. A number of things could go wrong.
Your battery could die on you. The windshield wipers wouldn't clear your windows. Your antifreeze, if your antifreeze is out, then that could cause multiple problems.
Former marketing and business administration major Anthony DeSario is preparing his car by checking his antifreeze and
pretty familiar with driving in the snow, and in general, since Illinois is pretty predominant with snow. So what I do whenever I'm driving in the snow is just make sure I'm driving slow and careful.
These tips will save you money down the road. In Muncie, Michelle Kaufman, NewsLink, Indiana.
For more information on winter car care and services, you can call Sparks Computerized Car Care at 765-273-4298. So, Jayla, it's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas.
Now all we need is snow. David?
Snow won't be in the forecast, at least for the next couple days until later part of the weekend. But the big story for tomorrow, very cool temperatures, wind chills for tomorrow's will be in the lower teens. 8-degree wind chill for tomorrow afternoon as you walk to campus, and that will be the likely story for the rest of the day because of this very large Arctic blast that we are seeing here across the Midwest that is bringing unseasonably cool temperatures. But I'll let you know how much snow we are getting this weekend coming up in my full forecast.
Coming up, finals are just around the corner here at Ball State, but one organization is giving quite the study break.
And the holidays bring special deals and special hours. Find out how Muncie businesses are getting into the holiday spirit when NewsLink Indiana returns.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
So I've come up with the family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. With finals week approaching, students are finding ways to cope with the stress. One organization is providing a very unique way. NewsLink Indiana's Rachel Russell has more on the story.
Today in Cooper Life Science, the Eta Sigma Gamma organization put together a stress relief with some puppies for students to prepare for finals. I caught up with some of those students to talk about how they're preparing and to see why they came to play with the puppies.
Finals week can be stressful, and while many students are busy studying, hanging out with puppies is a good way to relax. Freshman Corey Boland shared how she's feeling with her hardest final approaching.
Probably come 210, and I'm just making flashcards and working with people in my classes.
Sigma Gamma is a chapter for individuals studying the health education profession. The Department of Physiology and Health Science at Ball State is home to the Alpha chapter, which was founded in 1967 and has an extensive history on the campus that includes teaching, research, and service. President of the Alpha chapter, Rachel Thomas, discussed what Eta Sigma Gamma is about to her.
And what we strive to do is prevent health
health severities, I guess, and then promote healthy living.
Lauren Kren, who is a freshman criminal justice major, told why she came to this event today.
To like de-stress and like hang out with some puppies because they make me happy.
In Muncie, this is Rachel Russell, NewsLink, Indiana.
What a fun story. ETA Sigma Gamma hopes the dogs could give enough of a study break before finals begin.
Finals also mean that the holidays are coming up. Downtown has been getting into the spirit the last few weeks. NewsLink Indiana's Gabby Mitchell has more.
I'm Gabby Mitchell here, and 'tis the season to be jolly as many are gearing up for the holidays. Downtown Muncie galleries, restaurants, and retailers are here kicking off their shopping events, and best of all, the annual tree light.
Christmas is quickly approaching, and many local entrepreneurs encourage you to put back into the community by shopping local. The Makers Market was filled with antsy entrepreneurs who want to intrigue you with their products. Like Ball State alum Teresa Jeter, who tells us why she's big on supporting Muncie and such events such as the Muncie Makers Market.
I've seen the progression of downtown Muncie go from, oh my goodness, a vibrant downtown before there was a Muncie Mall, before there was a Northwest Plaza. And so, and I've always been a part of promoting Muncie. Matter of fact, I used to have a store in downtown Muncie right across from Vera Mays a few years ago. So I'm always interested, I'm always wanting to promote family, community.
A woman I met by the name of Gypsy explains how much it means for her to be in Muncie and selling her magic reindeer food and what we can expect from her in the future.
It's magical. It is magical because, I mean, not just being here, but just downtown in general and just being part of Muncie. And we have a ministry, we have Makers Market, which is we just participate so much in the community. Well, what I sell my goods for my daughter's medical expenses, so I'm just hoping that Boss Danner, that's in charge of this, will continue to do the Makers Market through the summer and do this again next year. I am looking forward to next year. This is going to be bigger and better.
I'm Gabby Mitchell, NewsLink Indiana, back to you.
With just a few days before the holidays, Muncie retailers are hoping to be the place for last-minute gifts.
Holiday festivities are in full swing, but for one local business, the season also brings something else to celebrate. Lindsay Ross is live in Muncie with the story.
Along with many others, are made right here at Lowry's Candies 5 days a week. But 5 days a week for 3/4 of a century. This season marks the company's 75th year in business.
Since 1941, customers have walked through the door at Lowry's Candy Shop and purchased truffles, fudge, and other chocolate creations. And president of the company, Charles Joseph, said there is one thing that brings people back.
Just the highest quality ingredients is what I would say continues to draw people back to us each and every year.
But each and every year, it's not just the customers who are drawn back, it's also the employees. One in particular is 72-year-old Patsy Hitson. For 43 years, she said she has stirred, dipped, and formed candies by hand.
Dipping candy is not as easy as it sounds. It sounds like you can just sit down and do that, but it takes a good year to learn.
And since she learned, Patsy said she has dipped candy 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. And Joseph said Patsy's job is something not just anyone can do.
The effort that it takes to make sure the candy turns out looking really pretty, it can wear on you real quick.
But while Patsy said making candy for hours can be tiring, it's the other workers who make her want to come back.
It's just family. Well, I want to be helping.
With Hitson and the other candy dippers' help, Joseph said that these will be made for many more years. In Muncie, Lindsay Ross, NewsLink, Indiana.
Thank you, Lindsay. Lowry's Candies is open from September through July every year.
Well, guys, it was very cold walking through campus today. Currently, we are sitting at a very cool 32 degrees, but this is a very welcome, a warm-up compared to what we're seeing here tomorrow afternoon. I'll let you know how low we will go coming up after the break.
Will you go?
How low we will go.
How low will we go?
Oh my gosh, for a second I thought. Wait, what? I'm confused. Why is it?
5.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back. So Britton and I were just talking about how cold it actually is getting outside.
Yeah, and we're kind of wondering if the temperature is going to fall farther than our grades.
David, what can you tell us about the dropping temperatures?
Well, guys, if the temperature comparison falling to your grades falling, you guys might need to be looking for a new profession maybe. But here we are sitting currently here in Muncie, 32 degrees. Look at that wind chill though, 23 degrees, and that is what it will be around the next couple 24 hours. We are sitting across the state of Indiana, 28 Lafayette, 29 Champaign, down in Bloomington, 31 the Circle City, 31 degrees, and 32 again here in Muncie. So cooler temperatures are on the way overnight and for tomorrow afternoon as well. Looking at our national map, a lot to talk about really. Not much going on in Muncie, some snow showers in St. Louis, but blizzard warnings and our next storm system coming in for the weekend out here in parts of northwestern America. So we are seeing a lot of activity here on radar. Currently, though, here in Muncie, we are seeing some clouds around, some flurries to our south, but we will keep it in for a clear but cool night for overnight. We will drop down to a low of 23 degrees, which that will happen around midnight, and we will be dropping in degrees later on in the afternoon. Cloudy and chilly conditions for tonight, west winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Going into precision cast again, clouds are arriving for your morning commute, and these will last throughout the day, and with very strong westerly winds, and that's what's going to be bringing temperatures down very cold for tomorrow afternoon. So it's going to be chilly out there, and we'll take this hour by hour. 24 degrees for your 8 a.m. hour as we go up to about 5 p.m. Again, temperatures topping out at 26, 24 degrees for your 5 p.m. hour, and those winds will be ramping up as well, which will be cooling our temperatures down and for the wind chill as well. Going back to precision cast, clouds for your Friday commute, morning commute, we are seeing clouds around, but some breaks in there too. We are seeing some peaks of sunshine for Friday afternoon and for Saturday as well. But our next system is coming in Saturday night, which will bring snow showers into the area. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, a lot to talk about, guys. Saturday, pretty cold out there, warmer than what we have been seeing Thursday and Friday. 30 degrees for your high on Saturday. Sunday, 35 degrees and snow showers. Some models have been pushing about 1 to 2 inches of snow, and those will end Monday afternoon with a high of 29 on Monday. And then another storm system coming in Thursday, and this is what we're keeping our eyes on. And this might pack a punch, guys. Check out the highs on Wednesday, 15 degrees. Guys, winter is coming with no mercy.
I definitely can't wait for some of that snow.
15 degrees, wow. DeMarcus, what's up in sports?
Ball State men's basketball team headed in the right direction. We go over what changed for the Cardinals, and also the women's basketball team is trying to do something they haven't done in nearly 40 years. We'll tell you what it is coming up in sports.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Good evening. The Ball State women's basketball team is back in action tomorrow at home versus in-state rival Purdue. The Cardinals are looking to stay hot and do something they haven't done since 1979, beat the Boilermakers. Amanda Smith has more.
Well, last season, Ball State suffered a road loss against Big Ten rival Purdue, but this year, they've got the home court advantage and a whole lot of momentum coming off a dominating win against Butler.
From last year, we're a different team. I would like to think we were improved. Tempo is going to be a huge thing for us. Just playing our game and we just want to play how we know how to play, and I think we'll be in good shape.
Now, head coach Brady Sallee has talked about making this program a household name, and with wins against Butler and potentially Purdue, they have the chance to draw in some national recognition.
I mean, this is a big week for us. You turn around after beating Butler, you got to come down off that high, and you got to get ready for Purdue, and they'll get our attention. There's no doubt about it, but I can't reiterate enough, man, we need the crowd to be there for us, and if we do, it should be a whale of a ball game.
If we're to pick up this win on Thursday, definitely achieve our goals of, becoming a household name and just being, Ball State to where it means something, and, the pride that we have when we play, and definitely going to play our hearts out and hopefully come out on top.
And we need the crowd, we need the students to answer the bell and make that a big-time atmosphere on Thursday. We can't do it unless the community and the university gets behind us and shows up at Worthen. It's going to be a blast.
In Muncie, Amanda Smith, NewsLink, Indiana.
That game will tip at 7 p.m. tomorrow at Worthen Arena. Meanwhile, the men's team seems to be back on track after a 17-point win against Bradley yesterday. This comes after a loss which they blew a double-digit second-half lead against IUPUI. After the IUPUI loss, there was a lot of talk about the intangibles from the Ball State coaching staff. Head coach James Whitford said that after the game, his team simply has to be tougher moving forward. The Cardinals held a team meeting on Sunday, and they responded with one of the better performances of the season on Tuesday. Whitford and his players all acknowledged there is still a long way to go, but yesterday was a step in the right direction.
I thought we were all, I think, embarrassed by the unraveling in the IUPUI game, and we had a couple real heart-to-heart meetings that our enthusiasm and our camaraderie and our chemistry was better today, and that's a good lesson for us, but it's a long season, it can't be one game and then it goes away. We have to stay committed to that part of the game. It's important.
Mostly just being like a team out there, not being an individual and having each other's back, and that was something that we were really good at last year. And that's something we had to get back, and we took a step forward today with that. But we just got to keep building on that every day in practice and just believing in everybody.
Well, DeMarcus, it's really good to see that the boys basketball is rallying after an IUPUI loss.
Yes, it is. And also, let's not forget about the girls basketball team. Tomorrow night, the first 200 students inside Worthing Arena get a free pizza voucher as part of, coming through and being a home crowd and supporting your Cardinal team.
Well, I can't wait to get me some free pizza.
Oh, yeah. No
And coming up, find out who Time Magazine announced as Person of the Year.
We have that and more with your entertainment news when we come back.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Connor Miller, and here is your entertainment news. Donald Trump was announced as Time Magazine's Person of the Year today. Trump, who has been on the cover of the magazine 9 other times, said this morning it's an honor. Time goes on to refer to him as the President of the Divided States of America. Time also announced that runner-up was none other than Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton. Other finalists included Simone Biles, the Olympic gymnast, Beyonce Knowles, Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, and the Flint, Michigan whistleblowers. Broadway and television actress Sutton Foster will be co-directing Ball State's production of Shrek the Musical this spring. Foster, who played the role of Fiona during its 2008 Broadway debut, will work alongside Bill Jenkins, chairperson of the Department of Theater and Dance. Jenkins said to the Daily News, quote, "She's a great asset to the students in the program." Foster says she is very excited to come back and work on the production. She'll be directing the show along with helping with students' character development and supervising dress rehearsals. That's all for your entertainment news. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Connor. And David, can we take a final look at weather?
Yes, well, let's take a look at that wintry forecast here coming up. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Coming up here, well, we are seeing very cool temperatures, especially for tomorrow. Wind chill values will be in the lower teens, about 8 degrees here tomorrow morning as you are walking to class, so make sure you bundle up as well. Friday and Saturday, partly cloudy conditions will be ensuing the area. 28 for Friday, 30 for Saturday. Sunday, we are seeing our next storm system coming in. Sunday afternoon into the evening hours, we might be seeing 1 to 3 inches of snow. For Sunday, high of 35 degrees. Monday, 29 degrees with that storm system ending there in the morning. And then all eyes go out to Tuesday afternoon. We are seeing another big system coming in, about 3 inches of snow possibly for Tuesday, high at 27, and then a major cool down. Look at that low on Tuesday night, 5 degrees. We are seeing very cool temperatures to end out finals week next week.
Well, thank you, David. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. right here on Cardinal Vision.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.